What's going on, guys? What's going on, Tech Squad? What's going on, everybody? Turning here with another video. So, the play-in tournament is scheduled for the play-in tournament for last year. The first year of the play-in tournament was last year for the NBA, and we all know that the Lakers won the play-in tournament last year. So the play-in tournament this year is the same format as it was last year, where the teams are in groups, but the dates are for this play-in tournament is November 12th and December 12th, and it's going to be the same groups as last year, but it's going to be interesting to see who can win a championship this year because the Lakers last year won that championship. And I can see either like they beat the Pacers last year in the season tournament. I can see my Cavs probably winning in the in season tournament. Like I think the in season tournament is a good thing for the NBA because it gives more views, more people will watch basketball, and certainly more let somebody win a championship in the regular season because we don't know every year who's going to be the NBA champion, the NBA champions the NBA champions of the regular season. We don't know who's going to get to the finals. But I definitely think that is a good move by the NBA. But Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Butler has one foot out of the door of Miami. Now, him and Pat Riley didn't see eye to eye. Jimmy Butler wants a new contract deal, and there's trade rumors going around for Jimmy Butler. Um, if Miami doesn't give Jimmy Butler the contract, um, he's probably gone. He's probably gone, but Miami will still have Bam for 3 or 5 years for his contract. And And Jimmy Butler was a second overall pick. Jimmy Butler put the Heat in the finals twice, put the Heat in the finals twice, but also lost in the NBA finals twice. I think what Jimmy Butler is missing is that championship. I think I think when it comes down, like we've seen Jimmy Butler play for the 76ers with Embiid. We've seen Jimmy Butler play with the Minnesota Timberwolves. We've seen him play with the Bulls. We've seen him play with Miami. So I think if he decides to stay with Miami or request a trade, like there's rumors right now that the Lakers are interested in Jimmy Butler. Like I can see that happening, like going to play with Bronny, Bron, AD. Um, the Lakers really missed out on a lot of key free agencies. Like Bron took a big pay cut, a big pay cut to a big pay cut to give the Lakers stretcher to either get Clay or DeRozan this offseason, but the Lakers did not get that. If if the Lakers are able to put a trade package together to get Jimmy Butler, like throw Max Christie in there, throw Christian Wood in there, or Hayes in there, or Cam Reddish in there, Like, if you can throw any of those guys in for a trade for Jimmy Butler and get the Heat, those kind of guys, I would say the Lakers with Jimmy Butler, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Bronny could win a championship, but that's if Jimmy Butler goes there. But I still think the Lakers can win a championship with LeBron, with with Anthony Davis, with Bronny, with with their other rookie, and with JJ Redick at the head coach position. Because I think when you look at the Lakers, they have 17 banners in the rafters, and that's very interesting. That's a very interesting rumor going around that the Lakers really didn't make any kind of moves. Any kind of moves. They tried to go for Clay, but he picked Dallas over the Lakers. They tried to go for DeRozan. DeRozan picked the Kings over the Lakers. So the Lakers have missed out this offseason on Gary Trent Jr. too, who they were trying to sign. But I think the Lakers have to win a championship because I think LeBron, like, we can all say LeBron's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and LeBron has had a good career, a awesome career. Like, LeBron has broken records, the all-time scoring record. Um, he should have won Defense Player of the Year back in 2012. That's just my opinion for LeBron. But if the Lakers make a trade right there for Jimmy Butler, that's interesting. That's very interesting to trade for Jimmy Butler. At least, at least in a few years, like when LeBron retires, whenever LeBron retires to play the game, because LeBron has that longevity and he been taking care of his body for all the seasons that he's been playing. It's like his 22nd season, who he's tied with Vince Carter with the most seasons played. I think once LeBron retires, like, you can say he's going to be the greatest player of all time with what LeBron is doing off the court and on the court because he's always going to be tied with Michael Jordan. Like, that Michael Jordan, LeBron James comeback will always be there. Will always be there, and people will always talk about that. But I do think this trade for Jimmy Butler to go to this rumor with Jimmy Butler, with the Lakers interested trading Jimmy Butler for Jimmy Butler, this is very interesting. Very interesting. And on top of that, like, if the Lakers do make this trade, the Lakers could win a championship. Like, they could still win a champ. They can still win a championship this year. But the Lakers, if they get Jimmy Butler, we can all say that that's a super team to watch out for because, like, you got Phoenix, you got Denver, you got the Mavs, you got you got Minnesota with Anthony Edwards, and Carl Anthony Towns. Like, if the Lakers trade for Jimmy Butler, I think we could all say that the super teams are going to come back in the NBA. We can say that. We can say that. But in other news, in other news, can the Ohio State Buckeyes win a national championship? Now, as a Buckeyes fan, as a Ohio State Buckeyes fan, I can say yes. I can say yes. Like we didn't make it to the playoffs. Um, we didn't make it to the playoffs last year. I think we can win a national championship. We know Michigan won that championship last year, and I think everybody is getting better in the college game in the college football season. And Ohio State is going to be one of those teams to look out for because they're going to be coming. And the only matchup I that Ohio State should be ready for is Ohio State versus Michigan. Ohio State versus Michigan because that is a big rivalry game there, or Ohio State versus Notre Dame. That is a big game there too. But I do think they can win a national championship um, this season or next season. And plus, like college, the college teams are offending, so new college teams might move to different conference. Like we've seen, I think Alabama and Texas move to a different con to a different um conference. So the college game and the college teams are offending, and this is very interesting. And the other thing is about the college season is there's going to be no Nick Saban for Alabama. So I'm I think Ohio State is going to beat
For
Alabama.
being explosive on offense and for creating a couple of turnovers that they took back to the end zone. Um, I haven't run the numbers. I'm sure the guys from Pro Football Focus have. I think one thing that really stuck out to me during this magical Cinderella Joe Flacco ride was I don't know if I've ever seen a quarterback who had more of his interceptions returned to the end zone or at least inside the opponent's red zone. So just kind of a weird thing that happened, and it came to bear in the game where he threw two pick sixes on consecutive possessions and really became too much to overcome. So we're on to the Cavs. Go Cavs. Go Donovan Mitchell. Let's get Darius Garland's jaw healthy. Let's get Evan Mobley's knee healthy, and let's see what we can do.
My thoughts on the game, we got blown out, man. Like I'll give Joe Flacco all the credit, but when you start quarterbacks and then call Joe Flacco up and say you're going to come here and lead us to a playoffs, like once Watson went down, I was nervous. Once Watson went down, that was like a big, how can I say it? A big turning point. Um, I'm trying to keep it PG on it here, but um, a big turning point. But Joe Flacco getting off the couch and coming to play for the Browns, I really never seen Joe Flacco in like a Browns uniform. I couldn't picture it until he got the starting job. I really could you guys picture Joe Flacco in a Browns uniform?
No, once Watson went down, we would always talk about like, oh, who's going to be the next guy that comes in? Because of course PJ Walker wasn't doing much when he came in. It was like, is it Philip Rivers? Is it Ben Roethlisberger? Is it? I feel like Joe Flacco is toward the bottom of everybody's list of who would possibly be that replacement. And then, of course, the trade deadline goes by. You don't go get Josh Dobbs, which, after seeing the way his season ended, probably the smart decision there. But it was very interesting to see who all became available, who all was like this year especially was the year of the backup quarterback. I feel like most of the teams had to play at least two QBs throughout the year, whether it was injuries or just poor performance. And I think of all the teams that are remaining in the playoffs, they're the ones that stayed pretty healthy throughout the season. So that's a big part of it.
Yeah, I thought starting five different
Games will not be on TNT anymore, so we're probably not going to see Shaq, Ernie, Kenny, or Charles Barkley on TNT. This is their last ride. We just have to enjoy every moment when we watch these games this coming up season for the NBA on TNT because this is their last run. And it's sad to see how how it turned out to be like because we thought when Charles said he was going to retire, when Charles Barkley said he was going to retire, that was the last run. I mean, the last dance. So this is actually the last dance, and TNT, NBA ejected TNT, and it's going to go with Amazon. So this is definitely Shaq, Ernie, and Kenny's and Charles' last run, um, last dance, doing the show. But I think we're all going to miss this crew. You have to enjoy greatness, you have to enjoy people's greatness, why they're around, because you don't want to take you don't want to take that for granted. For Don't take anything for granted is what I'm trying to say here. Don't take anything for granted. We just have to enjoy what Kenny, and while Shaq, Kenny, and Charles and Ernie did what they did for for inside the NBA and for TNT, we have to enjoy every moment listening to these guys commentating on the game. Because Shaq, Ernie, Kenny, and Charles actually played in the NBA. Actually played in the NBA. So we're going to have to enjoy. We're going to have to enjoy this season watching games on TNT and inside the NBA. We are going to have to enjoy every moment to see this crew, to see this crew of, to see this crew talk about the game, um, talk about the game. Like we're going to miss inside of the NBA. We're going to miss Shaq, Ernie, and Kenny and Charles giving their takes before the games and after the games. Like people are going to miss that. So with this being their last dance and their last run here, it's like they matched the offer. I don't think they matched the offer, but they're not after the 2024 season is over. They're not going to. They're going to move to. They're going to move NBA games to Amazon. So I think I think the games aren't going to be on TNT after the 2024-2025 season because they're going to move some of the NBA games to Amazon because we've seen the WNBA move have some of their games on Amazon. So, so this is actually Kenny Shaq and Ernie's and Charles' last run. Like I said, we have to enjoy. You have to enjoy every moment and don't take nothing for granted because nobody can replace these guys' greatness. Nobody can replace these guys' greatness. Nobody can replace your greatness. People might not understand what I'm saying, but people will understand later what I'm saying. People will understand later because some people, some people don't understand what you're doing, but they'll understand later. So we have to enjoy Ernie and Shaq and Kenny and Charles' greatness while they're they're doing their last show together together this season because we're not going to see games on TNT anymore after this season. We just have to enjoy their greatness and enjoy inside the NBA and enjoy listening to their takes because at the end of the day, I'm going to say this before. Some people won't like you and some people won't understand what you're doing, but they'll understand later when it's your last ride, when it's your last dance or your last ride doing something. They'll understand that later. They'll understand when it's your last ride or your last dance or when you're ready to say when you're ready to retire. They'll understand. People don't understand your greatness now when you're doing stuff, but they'll understand later because like some people won't like you, but some people don't understand your greatness right now, what you're doing, but they'll understand once once you're done doing it. And we have to give Charles, Shaq, Ernie, and Kenny credit because some people don't understand. They don't see behind the scenes. They don't see behind the scenes what they're doing. Some people don't understand that, and this goes for regular people too. Some people don't understand what you're doing now, but some people won't like you and not understand what you're doing now, but they'll understand later what you're actually doing when you say it's time to leave. It's my last dance. So we have to. People should start. People should start. People should start seeing. People should start understanding people's greatness because once you leave a place, people will understand. People will want to know why you made the decision. I'm going to say this. This statue means a lot to their family and means a lot to the Lakers to unveil their statue and to unveil their statue and to keep it in in at the Staples Center I mean at the Cripple Arena I really miss calling the Lakers. I really miss calling the Staples Center the Lakers arena. That's what I miss, but it's now called Cripple Arena. But what I think about this statue is good. Yes, Kobe does have two statues. He has one with the Lakers statue, one with the Lakers jersey of himself, and now one of him and his daughter. And this statue means a lot, means a lot. And it feels like yesterday, it almost feels like yesterday when we heard the news about Kobe, Kobe passing. And that was very sad to hear and very sad to hear about Gianna too, pass, passing. And my condolence goes out to the Brian, to Kobe's family still, and to Kobe's family. But I do think when you look at it, this is an amazing a tribute and an amazing an amazing tribute and amazing tribute to give Gianna and Kobe Bryant the statue, and have it and have it and have it at the Lakers stadium. I do think like Kobe is my all-time favorite NBA player. When Kobe played, he had that mama mentality where he wanted to play every game. He just didn't want to give up. He played through every injury, and like Kobe is always going to be Kobe is always going to be my favorite all time NBA player. Like he's behind LeBron James, who still I have on that list of my all time NBA player. Like my list of all time NBA players list is like really big, but Kobe will always be number one on that list because Kobe had that mentality. And them giving this statue to this making this statue of Gian and Kobe means a lot. Means a lot. And I think it means a lot to Kobe's family and to their family. And my condolence again goes out to their family. I think this statue means a lot. I think a lot of people don't really understand or don't see, really don't understand. Some people really don't understand other people's greatness. Other people's greatness. Because some people don't understand, some people don't understand other people's greatness. Other people's greatness. When you don't understand somebody's greatness, you haven't been in their shoes. You haven't been through what they've been through. You haven't been through the tough times, what they've been through, or the good times they had. You haven't been through that. And I think some people really don't understand other people's greatness. And it's time to give other people greatness credit for their greatness. Credit for their greatness. Because not I always keep it real on my on here is that not 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 some people won't like some people won't like you, but those people that don't like you really don't understand your greatness and really haven't been in your shoes or really haven't been in your shoes to see what to see to they really don't know what you had to go through to what you had to go through. And I think some people really don't understand that, really don't understand that, and people need to start giving other people credit. People need to start giving other people credit for what they do. Because when you when when other people see when you have the greatness inside of you and you know you're doing something great and you know that you're trying your hardest and trying your best and other people don't see that greatness in you, that's not the right crowd to be around. What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? What's going on, Tech Club? What's going on, everybody? So, Shakira, Shakira Richardson is back, is back in the Olympics, and she is going to win gold medal. She is going to run the 200 meter. She is going to run the 200 meter, and she's going to win. And she's going to win the gold medal. She's going to win the gold medal. She's definitely going to win the gold medal. I definitely think, I definitely think if she competed last Olympics, which I thought was not fair to Richardson to not compete because when you're if you're when you compete, when you see these athletes like LeBron James, a Patrick Mahomes, a Simone Biles, a Michael Phelps, um, when you see a Shakira Richardson, when you see these athletes compete, they want to compete. They want to compete, and they compete hard. And I think it wasn't fair for her to miss the last Olympics. I think I think she should have competed. She should have competed. And she's the goat of track. I know there's going to be other people saying, well, this person is the goat of this sport. This person is this sport is the goat of this sport. She's the goat of track, in my opinion. But when you look at it, some people don't understand, and some people don't increase. I mean, some people don't impress, don't give. Some people don't give praise. Is what I'm trying to say. Some people don't give praise to these athletes because, or to people that that nobody, some people don't give praise for what these athletes or what somebody does, because at the end of the day, when you look at these athletes that we have today, like a Shakira Richardson, nobody's going to replace, nobody's going to replace her greatness. Nobody's going to replace, when we look at Shakira Richardson, nobody's going to replace her greatness. Nobody's going to replace LeBron's greatness. Um, um, Patrick Mahomes' greatness. What's going on, guys? What's going on, Ty Squad? What's going on, everybody? Ty here with another video. So Tyler with another episode video. So I want to talk about the Big Free League. Now, if you guys don't know what the Big Free is, it is Ice Cube's Big Free League. And I'm going to talk about it. I think Ice Cube has done a good job with the Big Free. This is the Big Free's probably 6th or 7th year doing it. And I really like it. I really like it because we get to see players that are out of the league or that played in the NBA, or is out of the league now, play in the Big Free. And it's only a free on free game. That's why it's called the Big Free. I do like the fireball attempt. I do like the 4 point the 4 point shot mark. I do like the 4 point shot mark. I wish sometimes the NBA would have a 4 point give a team 4 points. The Big Free gives 4 points, which is very interesting that I really like. I really like the 4 point line. The 4 point line. I wish like the NBA would do something like Ice Cube is doing. And I have to give credit to Ice Cube for again letting retired players come in to the Big Free and play basketball in the league. Like the first year they had AI, they had Iverson, they had Charles Oakley, they had Chauncey Billups, and they have now Mario Chalmers, they had Nate Robinson, they have Gilbert's Arenas, they have Nick Young, Rashard Lewis. They have all of those guys that play in the NBA and some guys that play in the 90s and are still playing in the Big Free. I really like what Ice Cube is doing for this league, and I hope the players that I want to see that go into the Big Free in the future once they are retired. I would like to see Kevin Durant in the Big Free. I would like to see Kevin Durant in the Big Free, LeBron James in the Big Free, Steph Curry in the Big Free, Kyrie in the Big Free. The list just goes on and on. I got a long list of who I would like to see in the Big Free once those guys retire in the NBA. But we don't know. We just have to enjoy the players that are in the Big Free right now because Ice Cube is doing a good job in his league. And it's the first to 50. And they have a 4 point line. Like, the NBA doesn't have a 4 point line, which I think they should add a 4 point line to the game in the NBA. Ice Cube What's going on, guys? What's going on, Ty Squad? What's going on, everybody? So preseason, so football is back. Football is back, and the Browns open up their preseason against the Green Bay Packers. This game is going to be a very interesting game and a very interesting matchup because for the Green Bay Packers, like it's only preseason, and for the Browns, it's only preseason. For my Browns, I think we're going to win this game. We're going to win this game, and I know preseason doesn't count. I know preseason doesn't count to a point where I know preseason doesn't count. Only the regular season counts. But we're probably going to see Deshaun Watson play one quarter um, in the preseason. We're probably going to see Miles Garrett, Denzel Ward play one quarter or two quarters, or how many quarters the Browns decide to play the Browns, these guys in the first preseason game. We don't know who's going to sit out because we saw against the Bears Texans game. We saw Tua and CJ Stroud sit out of the Texans um Bears game. So we don't know if anybody's going to sit out, if anybody's going to sit out yet. We don't know if Jordan Love's going to sit out for the Packers. We don't know if Miles Garrett's going to sit out or 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 Denzel Ward or Deshaun Watson or Nick Chubb. I hope those guys suit up, and I hope Amari Cooper suit up as well for this game. In this game, I hope that happens because we're only going to see one quarter from the starters or two quarters from the starters each game. That is what we're going to look at is the starters the the starters the starters play either two quarters or one quarter because it's only preseason and not the regular season. And I do think my Browns will walk out with a win. I do think the Browns will walk out with a win. But I do think when you look at it, when you look at it from a standpoint, you have to say that that the Browns are coming off from a wild card loss last year and a wild card playoff loss last year. And I think the Browns this preseason, like this preseason and this season, we're going to see we're going to see this team probably play with a lot of energy. We're going to see a bunch of the backups. We're going to see a bunch of the backups this game play in the preseason because there's only three preseason games in the NFL, and we're going to see the backups play as well because we have to see what the Browns backups can do and what the starters can do and what the team can do as a whole. But I do think
Hey squad, what's going on, everybody? Ty here with another video. So Trey Young is in trade rumors. I really don't see him leaving the Hawks. I really don't see him leaving the Hawks. The reason why is I think he's going to retire a Atlanta Hawk, and Hawk fans
really want a championship, and I think in the next 3 to 4 years, you guys will get a championship. And I really don't see Atlanta going into rebuild mode. I really don't see that happening. I get that the Murray Trey Young afferent duo really didn't work out for the Hawks. I get that, but I do understand that Trey Young wants to win a championship, and if Trey Young isn't happy, I'm just saying, if Trey Young isn't happy and he asks for a trade, then we can all say he asked for a trade. But I really don't see him leaving the Hawks. I see him retiring with the Hawks and winning a championship in the next 2 to 3 years or next 3 to 4 years. It all depends on if you can get the right guys in the locker room to help Trey Young win games, because he has been in the play-in tournament, he has been in the playoffs. I really think Trey Young really wants to win a championship for the Hawks. I really can see that happening for Hawks fans. As a Cavs fan, I can really see that happening because you guys really need a championship at this point. And Trey Young can hit easy money buckets. I just think Trey Young needs that second star. He had John Collins for a few years, and then he had Murray for 2 years. I can definitely see probably Trey Young getting that star, or probably someone that the Hawks drafted come into a star and be that next star by Trey Young, so he doesn't have to take a lot of easy money bucket shots or easy money bucket free. But the Hawks, all I can say is that I can see him winning a championship in the next 3 years. But in other news, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese both broke records this past week. I can say Caitlin Clark broke the assist record. What's going on, guys? What's going on, Chai Squad? What's going on, everybody? So, the ladies team USA dominated Japan. They dominated Japan. Um, with Sabrina SMSU knocking down easy money buckets with with um with Brittany Griner making those easy assist passes with Brianna Stewart and Agent Wilson scoring a lot of easy money points, and with Tarasi making those easy money buckets. I think when you look at it, the ladies team USA haven't beat Japan. They're trying to win. So what's going on, guys? What's going on, Thai Squad? What's going on, everybody? So Brandon Aguku is in trade rumors. The 49ers are in trade. Brandon Aguku is in trade rumors. Now, we've seen players from the 49ers ask for trades like Debo, like Debo when he was up for a contract deal, and now Brandon Ayuk, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. If Brandon Ayuk gets traded, he's either going to Washington, he's either going to the Steelers, or to the Browns. Like those are the teams that I can see him going to, or to the Chiefs, or to the Chiefs. Because the reason why I say those four teams right there is because the Chiefs need another wide receiver for Patrick Mahomes to throw to. Because Patrick Mahomes last year had receivers to go.
Everybody, what's going on? So Joe Bryan, Kobe Bryant's father, has passed away. We all remember when Kobe passed away, and that was very sad news to hear. And now that his dad passed away, it's very sad news. Like, my condolence goes out to his family, really goes out to his family. Because first Kobe passes away, and now his dad passes away. Like, that's very sad to hear. And my condolence really goes out to his family. You should not take anything for granted. Like, you should not take anything for granted or hold anything or hold any grudges or anything. You should enjoy every moment you have in your life. Every moment you have in your life. Because you're not going to get those moments back. I don't care how many times I say that or how many times I say that, but you won't get those moments back. Joe Bryan played for the 76ers. He was a coach for the Sparks and played over in Europe. It's just sad when you hear that news like this. Like, I can say that Kobe is um, my all-time favorite NBA player. But it's sad when you hear news like this. When you hear news like this, because you you can't get moments back like this. You have to stay in every moment and enjoy every moment in your life, because you can't take those moments for granted. You can't take those moments for granted. Guys, just like my condolence really goes out to their family. Really goes out to their family. Like, this is sad news. Like, we all remember losing Kobe, and now his dad passed away now. Like, my condolence goes out to their family. Like, this is news that you don't want to hear. Like, Joe Bryan again played for the 76ers, played over in Europe, coached the LA Sparks. Like, you don't like to hear this news. Just stay in every moment and don't take nothing for granted. Don't hold grudges and don't take nothing for granted in your life. Just stay in every moment. I really don't care how many times I say that. Just stay in every moment and don't take nothing for granted. Don't take nothing for granted. Stay in every moment because you won't have those moments back with, like I said, with Kobe passed and now his dad passed. Very sad news. You don't like to hear news like this. My condolence really goes out to his family. This is like sad news you really don't want to hear, and sad news you really don't want to get. But guys, sub if you're new and never give up your dreams. And I hope all of you guys are safe out there. And sub if you're new. And stay blessed, everybody, and peace.